Sue Viskovich here with another Moments with Sue, and this is with one of my gorgeous friends, Naomi from Midwinter.
Hi, how are you going, guys?
But we're not going to talk about Midwinter today because you guys have also brought out Kamino, which is fantastic to help with cyber security. And this is a massive, massive issue for a lot of small businesses and especially advisors. So Noems is going to share with us 3 of her top tips to keep you safe online.
Okay, so if I had to give you 3 tips that you could implement in your business today that will cost you absolutely nothing, I'd probably start with password management. Now, it will take a computer less than a second to crack an 8-character password.
Seriously?
Yeah, less than a second. And you may think that your password is creative and safe because it has uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numerals in it, an exclamation mark. It's the the name of the first street you lived on, and nobody else will know that.
And cat.
Exactly. Or in my case, my first boyfriend. Our head of cybersecurity cracked that one for me in less than 5 minutes. So you think it's safe? It is not safe. So the first thing I would do would be invest in downloading a password manager, an online password manager. It's time. We use LastPass.
So do we.
Yes, and we get nothing out of telling you that.
No commission.
It's just the best product we've seen. You just have to remember your one master password to LastPass, and LastPass will store every other password for everything else that you ever need within it. You can download it to your phone. It will store all your passwords for your apps. And you'll never have to remember a password again. And as well as that, they'll generate really cryptic passwords for you that would take a long time to hack. Nice. So that's my first tip.
One. What about number 2?
The second tip would be to be very careful of spear phishing and malware attacks, which are becoming the number 1 attack. Cyber attack in the financial services industry.
So you shared a story with me earlier. Tell us about that one, because this is pretty scary.
Absolutely.
You think you've heard stories like this? This is a whole nother layer, another level.
That's right. So I was speaking to an advisor who had said that he had received an email from one of his clients to transfer quite a large sum of money from one account to another. Now he thought, that seems like quite a big amount of money. I think I might call my client and just double check that's exactly what he wants to do.
So now, you've heard that kind of story before. That's pretty important, but wait.
So he gives his client a call. The client is an expat in the UK, so the timing is off from Sydney to London, and the client doesn't pick up because he's asleep or for whatever reason. So the advisor says, okay, I'm going to sit on it and wait till I hear back from my client.
Fair enough.
A couple of hours go past, and the advisor receives another email, this time from the client's accountant, saying, hey, have you transferred that money yet? The client's waiting for it. This is a time-sensitive thing, etc., etc. And so the advisor goes, oh goodness, okay, I better do that. I better transfer the money.
So it was actually the right name of this client's actual accounnt.
Absolutely.
And it was his email address.
His email address, and the original one also from the email address. So they're very smart now. So the advisor goes, okay, I better transfer the money. Transfers the money over. When morning hits in the UK, the client calls up and says, hey, what did you need from me? And the advisor says, oh, it's okay, I worked it out. I just wanted to make sure it was cool to transfer that money. Don't worry, it's done. The client says, what are you talking about? I haven't asked you to do any of that. And that was a very successful cyber attack. Like I said, they're targeting small to medium businesses, they're targeting the financial services industry, and because of all of our digital presences, it's really, really easy for them to find out information. So all they needed to do was find out what
the guy's accountant was.
Yeah, who the accountant was, what their email address was. Everything's online these days, very easy.
So the moral to the story is, do not ever transfer funds on behalf of a client on the basis of an email. Make sure that you speak to them on the phone.
Absolutely. Right? Have processes in place when it comes to transferring large sums of money.
Yeah,
where there's a 2-step process, I would say is a safe option.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, and number 3 would be, off the back of that, would be training your staff. So the number 1 cause of data breaches now is human error, and usually it comes from someone internally rather than from someone outside, and that's from a staff member doing anything from clicking on a bad link, opening up a bad attachment, or maybe leaving their password written on a piece of paper underneath their computer. We're all guilty of doing little things like that. So if I could impart any amount of knowledge, it would be get your staff completely trained on how to react to potential cyber threats, and have your processes and plans in place for those things somewhere visible in the office, so they're a constant reminder to your team of how and that they can refer to on how to react in a situation where they might potentially be a cyber breach.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Naomi. We're actually doing a separate video about cyber insurance, which you can actually tap into to save you when this stuff has gone wrong. And of course, you can't plug yourself, but I will. To take that next level of support with cyber security, check out Kamino, not El Camino, Kamino. It's very cool. Thanks,
Thank
Naomi.
you.